Imagine unlocking the key to your property's history, rights, and boundaries right from your home. Well, stay tuned because today we're going to learn exactly how to obtain a copy of your property deed in Cobb County quickly and effortlessly. Whether you're gearing up to sell your property, refinancing a mortgage, or honestly just trying to clarify your exact legal ownership, having a copy of your deed on hand is absolutely vital. Welcome to this explainer of Cobb County's official public records. We'll be using a structured visual guide to make the whole process super easy. Stick with me, and by the end of this, you'll know exactly how to navigate the county systems without breaking a single sweat. Okay, so here's our game plan for today. We're going to start by unlocking your property's history, then move into understanding Georgia property deeds. After that, we'll walk through Step 1, which is researching online, and Step 2, official retrieval. Finally, we'll break down the costs and strict requirements before wrapping up with some pro tips and official disclaimers. Let's jump right in.
Section 1. Unlocking your property's history.
To kick things off, we need to talk about exactly why having a physical record of your property is so historically and legally significant. When you hear the words property deed, you might just think of boring legal jargon or tax assessments. But these records, they actually hold the ultimate story of your land. They dictate your rights, they surface hidden easements, and they establish a permanent, recorded chain of ownership kept safe by the Cobb County Clerk of Superior Court. And here's a real-life example that brilliantly illustrates why deeds matter way beyond just modern finance. Cobb Landmarks, which is a local historical society, literally used 1834 property claims to trace the history of the Power Jackson cabin. It's this incredibly rare single-pen log house that might just be Cobb County's oldest existing structure. By digging through that chain of recorded deeds, volunteer researchers were able to track the property all the way back to the Cherokee Land Lottery. So you see, a deed doesn't just secure your financial investment, it literally anchors your property in history. How cool is that?
Moving right along to Section 2, Understanding Georgia Property Deeds.
Now, depending on where you live in the U.S., owning a home can mean slightly different things on paper. Georgia is what we call a title theory state. Basically, this means if you have a mortgage, you don't actually hold the absolute legal title to your home just yet. Instead, you sign a security deed, sometimes called a deed to secure debt. This document conveys the legal title to your lender until you fully pay off what you owe, leaving you with equitable title and, of course, the right to live there. Your loan is only truly cleared when a cancellation is officially recorded. And that right there is exactly why getting your hands on these specific records is absolutely critical.
Before we go grabbing your deed, you've got to make a choice between a regular copy or a certified copy. Regular copies are fantastic for your own personal files or if you're just doing some historical research. But if you need this document for a real estate closing, handling an estate administration, or mortgage underwriting, you absolutely need a certified copy. These carry the actual physical raised seal of the Clerk of Superior Court. And here is the catch. There's just no way to print a legally binding certified copy from your home computer. You have to get it straight from the county.
That brings us to Section 3, Step 1, Researching Online.
So knowing where to start your search is half the battle, and our first stop is the digital realm. Your very first actionable step is to find your specific book and page number. You can kind of think of this like the Dewey Decimal System, but for your property. Every recorded deed gets assigned to a specific volume and page. You can easily find yours online using the localized Cobb County Landmark web portal or the Georgia Superior Court Clerks Cooperative Authority System, which most people just call the GSCCA Index.
Now, what happens if you hit a digital dead end? Maybe a name is misspelled or the address just isn't pulling up. Hey, it happens. If you run into this challenge, a great workaround is to cross-reference your property address with the Cobb County Board of Tax Assessors database. That system tracks parcels and owners for tax purposes, so it's highly accurate for modern addresses. Once you track down your exact parcel ID and the precise legal spelling of the owner's name, you just take that information right back to the deed index. Boom! Problem solved! All right, on to Section 4. Step 2, Official Retrieval.
Once you've got those book and page numbers securely written down, it's time to officially retrieve your document. If you're looking for immediate gratification and you happen to be local, you can just visit the Real Estate Record Room right there in Marietta. It's located on the first floor of Building C at 10 East Park Square. The office is open Monday through Friday, 8:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. I gotta say, this is hands down the fastest way to get a certified copy placed directly into your hands.
But hey, what if you don't want to deal with downtown parking, or maybe you live out of state? No worries at all. If you'd rather skip the trip, just carefully follow these exact 4 steps to request your deed by mail. First, write down your book and page number. Second, Go get a cashier's check or money order. Third, set up a self-addressed stamped envelope so they can actually mail the document back to you. And finally, mail that whole packet to the Real Estate Division at P.O. Box 3430 in Marietta. Just a heads up, if you skip even one of these steps, you're definitely going to face some annoying bureaucratic delays. Taking a look at this official mail-in request form, you'll see the clerk's office strictly requires you to provide the book, the page, exactly how many copies you need, and you have to specify if they need to be certified. It's a super straightforward form, but accuracy is everything here. Keep in mind, the county staff cannot do genealogical or title research for you over the phone, so it's entirely on you to provide those exact identifiers.
Next up, Section 5, Costs and Strict Requirements.
Okay, let's talk money. Because government offices have very specific rules about payment, and you definitely don't want your request rejected over a minor error. Check out the differences between walking in versus mailing it in. An in-person regular copy is just $1 per page. For an in-person certified copy, it starts at $2.50 for that first page and 50 cents for each additional page. However, if you're doing this by mail, civil documents carry a flat $10 fee for a certified document or $3 for a regular copy.
Now, here is a massive watch out for anyone doing this via mail. The office enforces a very strict policy rejecting all personal checks. I literally cannot stress this enough. No personal checks. Your payment absolutely must be an advanced cashier's check or money order made out to the Cobb Superior Court clerk. If you're visiting in person, you're in luck because they do accept cash or credit cards, as long as the cardholder is right there with proper ID.
Which brings us to our final section, Section 6, Tips and Official Disclaimers.
To save you some time and potential frustration, I want you to keep these rapid-fire tips right in your back pocket. First off, even though the building is open until 5 p.m., the physical counters that actually process your copies and apply those certified seals, they close daily at 4:30 p.m. So please don't show up at 4:45 expecting to walk out with your deed. Second, remember what we talked about earlier. Don't call the office expecting them to find your deed for you. You really have to do that online research first. And finally, if you go the mail-in route, plan for it to take about 10 business days to process once it's in their hands.
And as with any legal process, we have to touch on the official disclaimer from the Cobb County Public Records portal. While these databases are incredibly helpful and generally super accurate, this is a general guide, and ensuring reliability for your specific legal matters is ultimately your responsibility. If you're doing your research and uncover an unexpected security deed that hasn't been canceled, maybe a lien you didn't know about, or some complex boundary issues, consulting a real estate attorney or a professional title examiner is always a really smart move.
Getting a copy of your deed gives you absolute peace of mind and total clarity over your domain. So why not start your deed search today using the tips we just covered? If you found this explainer of Cobb County Records helpful, I'd love it if you could subscribe, like, and share it with anyone who might benefit from mastering their local public records. And hey, drop a comment below if you've got questions or want to share your own experience. Think back to that Power Jackson cabin we talked about earlier. If an 1830s log cabin can trace its roots through these very records, what fascinating history, hidden easements, or vital legal security might your own property's deed reveal?